Hello, Trouties. There was a Wi-Fi issue that was going on for a second. That was a little shocking with my face that close. Excuse me. So I am having a coughing fit here. It's live. I'm Sierra. I am the designer, maker, and everythinger here at Menagerie. And because it is Friday at 1 p.m. Central, I am live on Facebook for Facebook Live Friday, even with the internet connection issue. So it is officially November. Who else is so surprised by that? I can't even handle that. I am still, as I've talked about, in my beginning of the month traveling section of my life right now, and I have to travel. I do a lot of work with the National MS Society as a volunteer, and I have to travel for their leadership conference next week in Denver, Colorado. So apologies that there will be no video next week. I will be in the middle of learning about advancements in eradicating the world of MS and finding out more information on that. So just wanted to let you know I will not be live next Friday. I, however, am here today, and I'm going to share with you the very exciting 4 new pieces of the Menagerie and try them on because, you know, that was the whole point of all of this starting, was that it is difficult to tell how the jewelry looks on a person. So even though I'm still on your screen, you can kind of see it in 3D. I do not have my hair up today because it almost looks okay. So, you know, I wore it down, but there's 4 necklaces. It will be easy to see. And besides talk a little bit about that, I'm going to give you a little bit of information because we're getting into the hectic time of year. So I like to make sure everybody knows what's going on. And a great way to do that is in the videos. So Trouties, I hope you're having a wonderful week. I'm going to take this necklace off right now. This is the Stegosaurus with the zebra jasper, awfully fun. And I'm going to, I can't remember the names, but I have my line sheets with me today. You know, I've posted on Facebook, and I can put it up more recently. I actually make a PDF catalog so you can kind of scroll through. I'll put that back on the Facebook page so you can see it. But it kind of is in this format. And then you can see just the jewelry like this in like a format that makes it really easy to scroll through. A lot of Trouties have said it's nice for like wish lists and things like that, just to be able to see without clicking on everything. But it gives me a cheat sheet to look at. Hey, Laura, there is Trouty Laura right now commenting on the video. And the exciting thing about going to this MS conference this next week is that I get to see Laura where she lives in Colorado. Usually I see her when she comes to Texas. So that's awesome, and I can't wait. All right, this necklace is the Do You Feel necklace. Disclaimer for those of you that don't know, I'm 5'2", so I'm really short. I actually was wearing this necklace yesterday, and I took out 2 of the stones and wore it a little bit shorter. I can't wait either, Laura. I know it's hard for you if you're watching later to know why I'm suddenly yelling things at people, but you can live comment, so that's awesome. All right, so this necklace is 21 inches. Also, I've talked about before, not sure if you all have seen, when you go to the website, you can now order an extender, which has like an additional clasp and a loop, so you can just attach it to the clasp and loop on the back of the necklace to add 3 inches. And you can request a different length. And one of the reasons why I just say a different length is because if you are short like I am, you absolutely can ask to have them made shorter. And I do that a lot. If this is a pretty low scoop neckline. That's not really, more of my clothing items have a higher neckline than they do a lower neckline. So I often will take a bead out to wear, like, even sometimes with like my button downs and stuff, it's sometimes better to be a little like this. So note that if you are on the smaller size, you have options as well as the tall Trouties out there. So this guy, elephant or a skinny neck, as Laura pointed out, and that's really true because, you know, that is the beauty of getting your jewelry from somebody that makes the jewelry. I can absolutely modify things for you because I make it all, so I can totally make different adjustments and all that. Let me bring this guy close. I know we like the close-up. So in this addition to the Menagerie this November, I almost forget what month it is, I have brought back, we'll say reincarnate. I've reincarnated or helped reincarnate 3 of the most favorite animals that I have. And one is this elephant. I love this guy. Also, fun fact, elephants with their trunk up mean that they are lucky. It's not that trunk down elephants are unlucky. This just does happen to mean that they are lucky. So it is a beautiful lucky elephant with malachite, and I love this color green. I posted it this morning on, or maybe yesterday, on the Facebook page. I think maybe this morning on Instagram I used the same picture. And I was saying that that color green is wonderful because it goes with so many different colors. I love it when a bright color goes with a lot of things. All right, so this is the most controversial piece. It is a new animal. And I showed this a while ago because I get a lot of people asking for snakes, and a lot of people are really creeped out by snakes. So I kind of was like, if I'm going to use snakes, I'm going to go crazy with that gemstone. It's really sunny here all of a sudden today. It's been gray, but woo, blowing out, making it look very shiny there. So these are two snakes that are intertwined. They look kind of like a pretzel. And I went a little crazy on this one. This is a little higher end than I normally do with the Menagerie animals, but I used this red agate that is stunning, and I just couldn't help myself because, you know, I decided if I'm going to use an animal that maybe disturbs people, I might as well use the coolest gemstone that I can think of. So that is this one, and it is just, I think, a lovely combination. You can't, so if it were like a snake that went like this, you'd really be able to tell that it was a snake. You can't really tell that it's a snake. It's one of those that you're like, wait, it's kind of like the dragonflies. The dragonflies kind of look like a bow, and then when you get closer, you realize it's a dragonfly with its wings closed. So the pretzel snakes are snakes, but they're beautiful. And snakes are like beetles. They're a very classic motif in jewelry. They have been around probably since the early Egyptians. I know that I just read a book on Nefertiti, and her... And Laura has before expressed real creepiness of the spider. So if snakes don't disturb her, that's a great sign. So yes, who became Pharaoh Nefertiti actually had a cobra as her symbol on her crown that she had designed for her, because she did not want to wear a crown that any queen had worn before. And she did become Pharaoh until she was murdered. But like I said, I just read a book on that. And Rihanna is Nefertiti on the cover of Vogue, maybe last month, so it's really on the mind. So that kind of made me very excited about snakes. We can, you know, give Nefertiti credit for that. All right, the next one, now this is almost a summery color, and I couldn't help myself because sometimes in the fall when I release lots of fall colors, not everybody really likes fall colors. So I decided to completely go against tradition and just say, I'm going to do a very summery color. And I love this seafoam. It's almost the color of the fluorite, but this is actually glass. And, oh, I forgot to say the snakes are also 21 inches. This is a 22-inch necklace, and this brought back a bird that I had had in a previous design that was very well loved. But I gave this guy a larger, see, it's so long on me that it almost goes down to the scoop. So that's why I was giving the option for skinny neck / small in stature ladies. If you want them a little bit shorter, I can absolutely do that. But this is, I'm standing on tiptoes right now too, so I actually fit into the camera. This is the Little Dark Age necklace. Oh, this snake was always a secret necklace. I got someone talking about the snake. I forgot to name it. And like I said, this is glass and seafoam in color, and that chunky kind of like the tumbled shape that I love so much. Maybe too many. Thank you, Madeline. Madeline has commented that it's beautiful, and I love the praise for the necklace. Thank you very much. Maybe too many Flintstones episodes as a child, because I really loved Wilma's necklace, like for real. So I am a big fan of this one, and I was really happy to reincarnate that bird because it's just so pretty. Swallows, I talk about it more in detail on the product page of the website. Swallows have a very specific association to them as opposed to like all birds. Like swallows are a very, I don't remember what it is though, so that's not a very good story, I know. All right, the next necklace, where's over here. All right, so this, one of the trouties, Christine, keeps asking for true reds, and I did a little reveal. I got some gemstones in the other day that I ordered for a custom necklace for Christine, and I did actually a reveal when I got the box. This goes nicely with this dress, and I was talking about the reds as I opened them, and when I was working on her custom necklace, I fell so in love with this gemstone. This is redstone, no, riverstone, and this is actually dyed, but treated, so it should be fine. I respect where I get gemstones from, so I know they do a good job with that. It's really hard to find a true red because, ruby is the only red, and you know, I don't think any of you expect me to be using huge 12mm rubies on necklaces, so that's not going to happen. But it's hard to find those true, clear, bright colors, and for those of us that look really good in true, clear, bright colors, or those like the primary colors, sometimes it's sad. So I decided that the lion needed to come back, and he needed a big and bold color, and I loved the brightness of this red, and I'm so happy that Christine requested a necklace where I got a chance to order a bunch of reds to see what they looked like, because this is like Crayola red. It's like your true bright red, like the best red lipstick, like almost with a little blue to it, like the perfect red lipstick. I will say though, I'm wearing like an orangey red lipstick that my mom gave me recently. And you know, my mom always says that she knows best because she made me, and she really did pretty well. I never would have picked this lipstick color. So not, you know, we won't say bad things about orange reds either. But I tend to use a lot of like the agates and like the carnelians, and they're almost like a burnt sienna type, like the very orangey red. So the true like bluish reds, those have definitely a place in my heart, and I know a lot of you do too. So this is great. And don't forget, you can swap out if you want a different animal with something like that. All right, so those are the 4 new necklaces that are already on Menagerie.com. I will, when I'm done with this video, put a little button in there that you can go right to see the new things. But I wanted to now give you a little, you know how I love to give the behind the scenes and kind of catch you up on studio news while we're here. Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put this guy back on the mannequin because it looks sad. There you go. That's nice. Okay. Well, not the mannequin. The mannequin can just stay there. So there are a few things that you need to know for really all of your holiday shopping coming up. So the big UPS, FedEx, USPS, all of the postal services put up guidelines of when you need to really ship and order depending on where you live in the world and where you're shipping from. So I, every year, like to make sure that you know ahead of time, and I love doing the videos now because I can really tell this to you and put it everywhere so that you know when it's coming to gift purchasing time, because, you know, there's more than one. There's Christmas, but, you know, Hanukkah comes a little earlier. So I will say when I put the dates up, it is for Christmas delivery because that just at this time is the most congested in this country, in the United States, and you need to be prepared. So fortunately, because so many people order online these days, it's faster than it used to be. And there are guidelines, and because I have been doing this now for coming up on just, I think I'm like 2 months shy, 15 years, I'm pretty used to it too. So I have pretty late days, but if you are trying to ship internationally, you need to start thinking about it a little bit earlier. You still have plenty of time. This is why I'm telling you this the first week of November. All right, so if you are shipping internationally, if you are shipping to like Africa or the South Americas, I would say like the week after Thanksgiving, that's your deadline. If you are shipping internationally to Europe, Australia, and all other countries, Asia that I haven't addressed yet, the cutoff date for ordering will be December 5th this year. So you, like I said, you have like a month. I'm just making sure everybody knows. Military mail, December 9th. Now for shipping within the United States, if you are just shipping with all orders over $50 ship for free. So if you're just doing my regular shipping option, that is a deadline of December 18th. So like I said, you can kind of push it, but let's all remember that if a really big storm happens, things are going to get delayed. So go a little bit earlier than that date if you start to get nervous. And then you only have one more day than that for priority. If you're going that late, I'd upgrade to like the priority, which here I think it's $7 for priority. And then you have until December 21st. I've learned a lesson. December 21st is the last day for the overnight, because really overnight does not ship overnight at that time of year. Most of the time it takes 2 days. So I give an extra day just in case. And then I actually will not be here for the holidays anyway this year. So you, in the past, may have been able to order something like the 23rd and maybe received it. Won't happen this year. So besides that, I also want to let you know that in the next week or so, hopefully before I go to the conference, I am going to start getting the gift guides up. But I wanted to put a little question out there. If any of you have suggestions, some years I'll get a little more creative. So some years I'm like, oh, gifts for mom, gifts for your sister. And then some years I kind of get fun and I will gather up. It's really just a fun way to do a roundup for me and to highlight kind of the best sellers and the most loved things by the Trouties so that when people are looking for gifts, they know what most people are wanting. But it's really fun to be like gifts for gardeners, gifts for foodies, you know, things like that. So if you have any suggestions of how to do the gift guide, let me know. It also might be fun if we could do like, if you want to put together, I often will make the things to just put them on Facebook with the images. I would love to do like a guest post and I'll do the work. You would just have to tell me like what you would want in your gift guide. So if you have things that you want to suggest to people, I could say, we'll use Laura as an example because I know that she was excited to be catching this live today and has commented. So let's say Laura wanted to give her like, you know, gift guide and for whatever she said, Laura would just have to say, Sierra, here is what the gift guide is for. Here are the names of the jewelry, and then I'll make a pretty little thing of it and stick it up and, you know, say Laura came up with this idea or something. I don't know. This is fun. I like to do things where we, you know, are collaborating on things. That's a fun way to do things. So keep that in mind. And I will be, like I said, posting those on the website soon. It's still a ways out. We have Thanksgiving to go. I just took down the Halloween decorations today. You know, I personally don't think about shopping for the holidays for a while, so I don't blame you if you don't either. But some people like to be really prepared, and I like to have things ready for you. So there you go. Those are the updates on that. Also, I'm going to have a lot of really fun things going on for Black Friday, Cyber Monday for that weekend, because it's a fun online party, basically, kind of at the end of the weekend for those of us that are online stores. So don't forget to keep an eye out for those. If you are not in the insider circle, what do I call it? The inner circle, just go to menagerie.com and it will either pop up or there's a sign up on the bottom of each page, and then you'll be in the inner circle to kind of be the first to know about all the things like that. But I hope you enjoyed the show and tell of the November Menagerie animals, and those are the last of the animals that will come out for 2017. The next ones will probably come out in January, but it's so chaotic at the end of November that I will, of course, as you have been hearing, have the M collection comes out for the holiday, the last weekend of November, but it would be so quick to December that we will not have December animals. So there's all the news for today. We did a little show and tell. Now you know what's going on. Laura, you are welcome. I loved seeing you all today. Like I said, I will be at a conference for the National MS Society next week, so I will not be here. But I will miss you terribly, Trouties, because, you know, I like to catch it on Fridays and say hello. As you know, these videos stay up after they are live. Please make comments, say hello, start a conversation. I love to hear from you. I am, of course, always on the Facebook page, which I think my image should be up there that you can click on. It's kind of like that. And make sure that you are friends with Menagerie, following, whatever it is called. Also on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, Polyvore, all over the place as Menagerie. Everything that I've talked about is at menagerie.com. And I will see you, Trouties, in 2 weeks. I might pop in. I like to pop in kind of unexpectedly. Maybe oh my goodness, I just thought of something. It won't be on Friday, but I am probably going to make a guest appearance with a very special Troutie next week on location from Denver. Yeah. All right, Trouties, have a fantastic week. I'll see you soon. Thank you.